Hey guys, I'm Lou and happy 2019! I hope that you all will have a great year filled with happiness. I thought that it would be a good idea to celebrate the end of 2018 by doing a book review of one of my favourite books that I read during the last part of that year, and that was The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hoang. I was quite late with this book. I only heard about it once people started to talk about it in their wrap-ups, but that made me really intrigued, and even though I was on a book buying restriction, I still had to get this book. And once I bought it, I read it immediately. The Kiss Quotient is an adult romance featuring Stella Lane. Stella is a 28-year-old successful and wealthy woman. However, she has Asperger's and she struggles with social situations. Due to her lack of experience in the romance department, she hires a male escort to teach her how to be a good girlfriend. That male escort is Michael. In order to make ends meet, Michael does escorting on the side. He has a strict no repeat customer policy, but he is tempted to bend that rule when Stella approaches him with an unconventional proposal. You can imagine what happens next. Basically some love times. On top of that, this book is an own voice representation of Asperger's and filled to the brim with Asian representation, which I absolutely loved. Your girl was very happy reading this book. The plot and the pacing of this novel was its weakest point, but I still think that it's good. The beginning starts off strong and grips you from the start, but once the main characters have gotten used to each other, the middle becomes filled with sex scenes. I have no problem with that, other than the fact that it does make the plot weaker. Then at the climax of this novel, a misunderstanding ensues, which causes trouble for the main couple. The ending was also a bit lacking and very predictable, but I think what sells this book is the characters, the relationships, the family aspect, as opposed to the plot. The journey that the main couple go through in this book does seem like every other adult romance book, but what I liked about it was the fact that it was filled with Asian representation, and I loved the insight into Stella's mind, as well as the family dynamics of the story. It was just such a warm read during these cold winter nights. I loved how Asian this story felt, because a sentence there, a paragraph there, just made me feel so seen, and made me connect with the characters that much more. My favourite character had to be Stella. I mean, not only is Stella my middle name, I just loved being inside her head and seeing her thought process. I did also like Michael, the male escort, but for me, Stella was the one that shone, and it didn't help the fact that Michael was dramatic AF, but that was because of his personality traits as opposed to the plot. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, and I would definitely recommend it if you like romances. Whilst it gives you the romance that you desire, it also makes you form bonds with the family members and just the people surrounding Michael and Stella. I am so glad that I read this book, and I can't wait for the next book that the author publishes, because it's sort of like a spin-off of this book. It's got to do with a character introduced into this book but was hardly in it. Have you guys read The Kiss Quotient? Do you think you'll read it after this review? I hope so. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!